Hello, everybody. Andrew Blake from the Digital Audio Manual with another episode of Cubase Tips for the week of May 30th, 2025. Let's begin today's episode talking about regions. From the classroom, can I get a show of hands? How many of you are actually using regions in Cubase? 1, 2. I'm pretty sure this feature for regions was in Cubase long before we had sampler tracks. And these regions allow us to take little snippets of sound, for example, from a drum loop or a vocal chop, that we can then bring in as its own piece of audio later. One of the main differences, though, is that these regions can actually be stored in your audio pool and then extracted later and mixed and matched in various ways. Let me give you a couple of examples so you can see what I mean. Let's say we go to the Media tab and open up the option for loops and samples. I come down to this Dance Floor Tech House pack. In the search area, I'm going to type in loop for drums. If I click on any of these, I get all kinds of various percussion sounds. Just take a bunch of these. I'll take 5 or 6 of them, drag them all into the project. It asks me if I want to use one track or different tracks. I'm going to put these on different tracks, zoom in a little bit, switching over to my range tool, go to each individual loop, make a selection of something that looks like a percussion hit. And if I go up to the audio menu and come down to the area that says advanced, there's an option here that says event or range as a region. I can take the name it gives me, or in this case, I'll put a special name in here just so I can identify it easier. Hit OK. Let's do that to these other loops. I'll take little sections like this, go back up to audio, advanced, and the range as a region. And I'm just going to continue through that for these other audio pieces. Keep in mind, these can be any kind of audio samples or sounds. I'm using percussion hits. They could be bass samples or vocals or anything you can come up with that you think is interesting. Maybe you find a fill as you go along. And you really want to use that later. A couple more here. Last one down on this audio piece. I'm not even auditioning them. I'm just using the picture of the audio, pick out things. Once I've gone through and created some regions like that, if I open up my pool, on some of these tracks, there is a little plus sign now. And if I click on that plus sign, it opens up a specific icon that now shows this region. I could take one of these regions, click on it, drag it down into the project, and now I have its own unique sample or slice I can incorporate into the project, just like any other piece of audio. But now I can move around these individual regions and come up with some interesting things all on their own. If I go back to the pool and open up all of these that I created with this little plus sign, and then I highlight them, I can hold Control to highlight multiple ones. I select all the ones I just created. If I take those and drag them out into the project, it asks me again if I want to make one track or different tracks. Now I'm going to say put these all on one track. And every one of those regions is now lined up one after the other on its own audio track. Then I could play them one after the other just to audition them. And then once you have these regions, you can process them in many different ways. Add direct offline processing maybe. Let's go to this sample, hold Control, right click. You can tell it I want to reverse it. Then I have sounds like this. So then we can take all these regions. I'm going to add a groove agent in here. I'll take these regions and bounce them down to one audio event. Then I can take them and drag them onto a groove agent pad. Groove agent has a tab that says slice. I'll turn that on. Then my regions are spread out over all these different pads. I'll click here and create a MIDI event. I'm going to enact my step input, and then I'm going to play each one of those notes. If I exit out of the MIDI editor and then instead go to MIDI and say open it in the drum editor, there's an option up on the toolbar that allows me to show only the used pitches. So it removes everything except for my regions. At that point, I can select all these and delete them. And now using the great features of the drum editor, I can just redraw in these regions in all kinds of different ways because only those pitches are available. Then I'll get something like this, which I can go back into and change things around if I want. And then before you know it, I have a whole different rhythm pattern made up of my different regions. Maybe I want to go back to the track, add something like a delay in here. I'll start with this up at an 8th note and kind of bring it in a little bit. Try a 16th note. Now I have a rhythmic loop, completely original. You can add some real variety into whatever song I'm trying to create. You can take that new loop and just duplicate it out. And then I have something completely original. Maybe I'll mute that pattern of regions, create a new track version, and instead bring up the new pattern editor, which is now connected to Groove Agent. I'll roll the dice a few times because maybe I don't feel like creating my own pattern. Then I'll have the pattern editor create something for me. So just starting with the basic idea of regions, we can then go down many paths of how we want to develop those regions and use them creatively in our production. All right, it's going to wrap it up for today. As always, if you haven't already, click the link in the description of this video to learn how you can get access to the all-new Digital Audio Manual Preferred. It's the clear, step-by-step solution showing you not only the tips, but all the secret and typically never talked about features that'll take you to a higher level of using your software. If you've been searching for an all-in-one solution to take you from start to finish and learning Cubase and Wavelab and other music software, this is exactly what you've been looking for. So click on the link in the description and come and be part of the clear path to a better learning experience. So in today's episode of Cubase Tips, we got into a discussion of regions. We talked about what they are, how to create them, where to find them in the pool, and we looked at how we can process these regions in different ways. We moved them onto a Groove Agent pattern and created slices with them. And then we saw how we can use them in the new pattern editor as well. And we will continue to explore all our different features and functions and the various creative tools that are available to us. As always, it's great to have you guys here, and I'll see you on the next video.